We took Springbok meat, and this is a world's first Springbok Gyro inspired by the Springboks and Dricus Plessis, world of champions. They're our champions, so we had to make something dank at the Fat Greek, and this is my take on a Springbok Gyro.
I needed to get my marinade ready, so first I started by chopping some fresh garlic. I much prefer fresh garlic to already bought garlic, so I used a lot. Then it was time to get my meat into the tray and get this all spiced up for the Springboks and Dricus.
Cool. I'm going to add finely chopped garlic. I'm going to add some aromats. Add some salt. Some white pepper. Some oregano from Greece. I'm going to put some olive oil that I got from Kalamata in Greece. And lastly, some freshly squeezed lemon juice from my lemon tree in my garden. I'm going to get this all mixed up and marinated so that it can all get together and all these juices can flow into each other.
I was so grateful for our butcher, the Park Rand Butchery, because they got the meat, they chopped it up for us and made it super easy for us to skewer it. So I got my onions, I got my 2 skewers, and I started making my gyro meat into a stand. It was a bit difficult because the skewers were going all over the place, but eventually I got it right and I got all the meat on, and once all the meat was on, I just touched it off with the rest of the marinade, and then I left it in the fridge for about an hour until it was time to cook. I put it in the oven, and then it was time to make my Taziki. You know I love homemade Tzatziki. So I grated the cucumber, got it all nice and fine, and then I had to extract the water from it. Once that was done, it was easy to go, and I've actually had a lot of people say they've made my Tzatziki recipe, and it really is delicious.
For my Tzatziki, I'm going to use double cream thick yogurt. I'm going to add a ton of garlic. I'm going to add my dried out cucumber. Some Greek oregano, some salt, and some freshly squeezed lemon juice from my tree in my garden. And then I'm just going to give this a stir, and it is ready. And my beautiful Tzatziki is ready.
I'm a bit of a stickler to the Greek rules, and with every Greek gyro, there's red onion, tomato, and fresh parsley, and then there's tzatziki with a little bit of spice, and that's how I wanted to do it here. It was time to chop up the first round of Springbok using my Japanese sujihiki knife that I got from Kitchen Samurai, and you know it's the best. It's already given me stitches before. Once this meat was cut, it was time to build my gyro. I wanted to get the meat cut nice and finely so that it was easy to eat, because I heard that Springbok was a bit tough, but this was not. So in my tomatoes, then it goes my red onions, and after that I'm going to load it with some Springbok meat. I didn't want to add the tzatziki now because we are deep frying it, and I didn't want the tzatziki to go very watery, so I left the tzatziki out on purpose so that I can use the tzatziki at the end. I wrapped this very similar to a burrito, not really like a gyro. We also used different kind of wrap instead of a pita because I wanted to deep fry it. So it was in with my egg batter. I had to get all the sides of it nicely coated, and then I'm using Kellogg's breadcrumbs. I just find it's easier, it's got a nice taste, and I added a bit of barbecue spice onto my crumbs. I had to get all areas covered so it was ready to fry, so I could get it nice and crispy. I got the oil to about 150 degrees Celsius, and it was time to fry. I did this experiment where I took my favorite Greek food, which is the gyro, and then I deep fried it so I can get that extra crispiness, and this was one for the books. Listen to this. Once my gyros were crispy and golden brown, it was time to cut into these bad boys, and look at this. This meal turned out incredible.
Thanks for watching this video. I know this is going to taste incredible. The smells, the crispness of it, it's going to be amazing. World's first Springbok Gyro for the Springboks, for Dricus Plessis, all the champions. Salads don't win scrums. Springbok Gyros win scrums, that's for sure. I can't wait to try this. Springbok Gyro, the way the Greeks eat it, homemade tzatziki. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Yeah, bro. Thanks for watching everybody, and keep on cooking, you beautiful people.